If you're a coach, how you structure your program is going to dictate how much money you can make and how far you can scale your business. So today what I want to show you is the 5 key components you have to have in order to avoid what I call bro coaching and be able to actually scale your coaching business to 7 figures. Now, one quick thing, we have to shift our mindset from thinking that our value is to give our clients our time to our values to give our clients the result that they're looking for. When you make that switch, all this starts to become a little bit easier. Now, quick backstory on this. I had a client of mine who had a business coaching program and they were doing it successfully. They were making 6 figures a year, but their entire business model was dependent on their time. Now, the funny thing is they had 4 out of the 5 components that I'm going to go over with you today, but the 5th one was essential to helping them actually be able to do all of this, removing their time and still being able to get the results for their clients and then scale their business. That's actually number 5 on our component list I'm going to go over with you. But first, let's go ahead and dive into component number 1. So the first component is having a video training series inside of your program, meaning that you take all that information that you usually work with one-on-one with your clients on, information that doesn't really require you to be there, and you put it inside of that video series and ask your clients to go through it. Now, you can gamify this, meaning that you can make it to where there's a structured point system for them completing this. There's maybe a reward for completing it, whatever the case might be. Make it fun for them to actually go through. But the whole point is you can essentially delegate a lot of what you do that you don't need to be doing on calls with them into that training program, and then they can follow it. Now, that takes us into component number 2, which is group coaching. Okay, imagine this. Imagine being able to have 30 people in one room and you coach them all in 1 hour versus having one person inside of a room coaching them for 1 hour. How much more can you be productive? How much further could you scale? So you could put together a group coaching plan, whether it's once or twice a week, where all of your clients can come in and you're able to coach them all at once. Now, if you want to make things a little bit more intimate, because that's the type of program that you are, just add more slots. Eventually, you can get other coaches to coach in your place, so on and so forth, but you can add more slots to maybe keep them to 4 or 5 people in a room or whatever the case might be, dependent on your program. All right, now that takes us into component number 3, which is community. Community is quickly becoming one of the biggest things you have to have in your business, whether it's coaching or not, in order for you to really be able to build a quality brand. And so community is essential here because you can give a support system within that community, and then other community members can support each other. If you can build an infrastructure where more people are helping each other, it makes it to where your time isn't what's absolutely needed to give them value and give them support, because now they can get it from other people. All right, getting into component number 4, which is customer service. Now, my client did this really, really well. This is why their program was so successful, is they offered a lot of support. If something wasn't happening right from a tech standpoint, they would help them with that. If they didn't understand what they were supposed to do in a certain part of the program, they would help them with that. If they had questions, they had an entire FAQ area, and then they also had a support box where they could put messages in and get answers back. So they provided them with a lot of support through customer service so that they can always get their questions answered, so they don't have time to even get frustrated about anything in the course of the process. Whoever can put more attention onto that will do better in the long run. And last but not least, component number 5. This is the one that my client did not have, or I shouldn't say didn't have, but didn't have to the degree that they needed it in order to scale their business, which is a step-by-step protocol for your clients. Okay, if your coaching program is open-ended, like theirs kind of was, you're not going to be able to give them predictable results. Why? Because there isn't a specific structured path, which means you are the person now that has to give them the structure. You're the person now that has to tell them what they need to do in order to get to their level of success that they're trying to, or the result that they're trying to get. So imagine this. What if you took everything you know needs to be done in order for whatever the result of your program is to actually happen, and then you put it into a step-by-step protocol. Step 1, you do this. Step 2, you do this, and you just have them follow step by step by step. Now, some people might already be past 7 of your steps. That's okay. They can just skip through that part and go to step 8. But the whole point is you start from the very beginning. Okay, take where your worst client, and I say that, with quotations, your worst client, or someone who is, has the least amount done inside of whatever it is to achieve your program, and you start there. Okay, right from the starting point, and then you work it through step by step by step by step. And you know that if they actually do all of these steps, they'll get the result. And then you build that into your program through your video series, through your group coaching, through everything else that you're doing. When my client implemented this, it took their game to a whole nother level. It took their program to a whole nother level. Why? Because now the result became the value. It wasn't any longer the owner of the company the person that is essentially the face of the company that's helping these clients is now the value. It's the actual results that they're going to get. And guess what they were able to do? They were able to also make their program much more attractive because they were able to offer a guarantee. Okay, they're able to offer a guarantee. If you didn't get to this point and you actually did all the work and you didn't get to X result, we'll give you your money back. And guess what? They have yet until today to actually offer any kind of refund, right? Or actually have to give any kind of refund. Why? Because when you tell people you have to do all of these specific things to qualify for a refund, then the ones who actually do the work to qualify for the refund will get the result, and the ones that don't do the work won't get the refund, right? They don't qualify for the refund. Right, so it works really well. So they have until today to actually offer a refund to anybody because they haven't needed to. All right, guys, so these are the 5 components, right? When they actually implemented all of this, they took their business to 7 figures, and they were able to keep on scaling it from there consistently month after month. And you can do the same within your program if you include these 5 components in there. With that being said, comment below. Let me know, what are you struggling with your coaching business right now? I'm more than happy to answer questions for you. But as always, thank you for watching this. I hope you got value from it. I'll see you all in the next video.